Hello, welcome to the Diaspora LifeStyle Show with Jermiane Sanwoolu, whereby we're bringing news and views about what's happening in the diaspora. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is February 14 and lovers around the world are actually celebrating what it means to love one another. And I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're treating that special someone in a special way, buying some roses, chocolates, and all the accessories. Well, my name is Jermiane Sanwoolu, the CEO of Diaspora PL and your host on Diaspora LifeStyle Show. Today we're going to go all the way to America, whereby we're going to have and meet an author. Her name is Kemi Sogunle. She's the author of a book called Love, Sex, Lies, and Realities. And she's going to join us all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, and share her views about what she feels love is all about and how we can be better lovers, people, and better our community and our relationships. So, a while ago I had this interview. Why not watch my interview with Kemi Sogunle? Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll get back with you with the closing remarks. Hi Kemi, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Jermiane. How about yourself?
I'm great. Happy Valentine's Day.
Wish you the same.
Oh, great. Well, this is the season of love, and everybody's going out there feeling all lovely dovely, buying chocolates, roses, trying to woo the wooables and trying to, have a great time. You wrote a book which has a very, very catchy topic: love, sex, lies, and reality. What inspired that book, and how can you relate that to the love that's in the air right now?
I actually started writing my book when I was going through a season in my life, and I started to journal, realizing that we actually tell ourselves a lot of lies, thinking that it is love, but it's mostly infatuation. And if we do not come back to basics and understand what love is and kind of help each other out and leave out the sex initially, understand the love and understand, get to know the other person, get to understand each other to a very deep level, we'll continue to live our lives and not face reality. So my book was kind of birthed out of what I was going through so that I can help other people realize we need to kind of face reality when going into relationships, then build that wall or facade up and kind of come back to basics, understand what love is so that we can keep it real all the time.
Okay, that's great. So, what is love then? If you say we need to understand love, what is your definition of love?
My definition of love is actually based on the what I understood from 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 to 8. Everything defined in there is actually what will help us understand what love is. We cannot live outside that world and think that we would understand love. Love has to be, it has to involve two people that are willing to become selfless and not, there's none of both parties trust each other, endure with each other, kind of respect each other, do not plot evil against each other, build that bond of love and trust and be able to tell each other the truth and not leave up the lies and just cover up certain things that will make the other person feel happy. We just have to become selfless to ourselves, because sometimes we're selfish. Most of the time we're selfish when it comes to love, and one party always tries to win over the other person.
Okay, that's good. So love is about being selfless, putting the other person first before yourself, and also, as they say, love your neighbor as yourself. That's good. So in this season of love now, we know there are various expressions of love, and how people express love may be different, culturally, also in different nations too would differ. So tell us, how is love in America? How is love in America compared to what goes on? I think you're Nigerian. What happens in Nigeria? Is there any different how people express their love? What are the do's and don'ts when getting into a relationship, for the everyday person there?
I think the primary do's and don'ts of a relationship is don't hop into bed first. Try to get to understand and know the other party before you start to give up yourself. because when you do that, you're actually falling into the infatuation and lost grounds.
Yeah.
And you don't really know who you're getting in with. You know, nowadays a lot of people pretend, and you may not realize that there's a lot of pretense in the other partner you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But you have to first of all get to that friendship level. After being friends for a while, then you become best friends, and then you start to become lovers in the process.
So
And you
friendship
end up marrying each other, because that's what love is all designed about.
So
I think the
friendship is the
difference
first
between
stage of relationship. People need to be friends and well acquainted with one another.
Absolutely. That is the very first step of any relationship. You have to first of all be friends, because that will help you determine how compatible you are, how much goals, visions, and dreams you share together. What do you have in common? And I always say this, when you meet someone, try to ask them, where do they want to see, where do they want to be in 5 years? That will help you determine, does it align with your own goals? And do you really want to keep the relationship going?
I think that's interesting. But nowadays in this world of speed dating, .com dating, everyone wants just to find someone, especially when you've been waiting for a long time to find somebody. When you see someone that comes your way, you try and do whatever you can to ensure that this works. So are there some challenges, ladies back in Nigeria or in Africa, and I'm sure around the world, have difficulties, finding a spouse or a partner? What advice will you give them? And also, what are the different in dynamics? I asked earlier about how love is being played in the United States of America, where you're based, and compared to what happens in Nigeria or Africa.
I think it's actually the same everywhere. It's just that a lot of people do not understand, take the patience to understand the next person. They kind of rush into the relationship thinking, I've been waiting for a while. I haven't had a date in a long time. So somebody comes along, even if you have to compromise, they end up compromising their standards and giving up their standards easily. It's very, very important to focus on your standards that you have set as a guide.
Okay, that's very interesting. You mentioned standards. They normally say that when you are 21, you have such great high standards. He must have a car, he must look this way, he must do this, do that. By the time you approach 25, it begins to reduce. 28, it begins to change. 30, it starts changing. So should standards change with age, or it should remain constant throughout the dating or waiting process for that right person?
I think as you grow older, your standards become more different because of where you are in life. And at that point in time, you focus more on your needs than your wants. Most of the time, people set standards based on wants, and wants are temporary. Needs are like a long-term, stuff that you hold on to, that carry you along your journey for the rest of your lifetime. If you kind of settle for wants, your relationship might not last, because you get what you want at the time you want it, and down the road your needs are not being met.
Wow, that's very interesting. So focus on your needs, not on your wants. And I'm sure there are many people out there who have been wanting all manner of things that don't actually have any, substance. So look for your needs, find someone who is compatible with you, and who you are able to give of yourself, selflessly, to ensure that relationship works out. So that is very, very insightful, and I feel people really need to embrace that message. And I realize that at times the issue of maturity, those standards may change with age, but people actually mature and begin to know more. So is there anything you'd like to say about that? About maturity in relationships?
Absolutely. The older you grow, the less you focus on the material stuff, and you focus more on the character of the person you're coming across. You have to focus more on the character of your partner than the material stuff that comes along with the relationship, because at the end of the day, the character and the integrity matters more than, they matter more than the material stuff that you get out of the relationship.
Fantastic. So character more than material things, character more than the cash bling bling thing that people see around. And this is very important. I normally tell ladies, that if you're looking for a guy or a partner, you need to search with the eyes of vision, be able to see what that person will become, not necessarily what it is right now, see potential. And as you said, that the person must actually ask, whoever, if it's a guy or lady, ask, where do you see yourself? Are we going in the same way? And if not, we should depart. If we are, then we should jump on this boat and called marriage and sail, to a glorious future. I really do appreciate your time on this program, and I really wanted to just say something more about that book. Love, Sex, Lies, and Reality. So how do you give us some advice? How do you separate lies from reality? What are some of the signs that a young lady or a young guy should watch out for when going into a relationship and knowing that it is the right one or the wrong one?
You have to pay attention to details. A lot of people use words and they use their actions to pass on the message. And if you actually pay close attention to the words, in between the words are the lies. You have to constantly ask questions while the person is talking to you. So you kind of capture the first statement, you capture the initial statements. And when you ask questions based on the answers you got initially, if they don't tally up to what you initially got, you can really tell the person is lying to you. You just have to focus more on the actions that come with the words. Within the words lies some action. So if you can take a grasp of that, you will help yourself and save yourself a lot of heartbreak.
Wow. So that's, guys, you've heard it, or you have to actually don't just listen to the words, but also let the actions interpret what they are saying with their lips, And I really believe that this advice you've given will actually save a lot of people. You said things that, look at maturity, focus on, character, not just material things, that people may lie, and but we should focus on actually finding the realities and understand that love is all about being selfless. I really appreciate you, Kemi, for coming on the program. And can you tell our viewers, where they can reach you, maybe your Twitter handle, on Facebook, your website, so they can actually get your book also?
My book can be purchased from Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, Amazon Worldwide, CreateSpace.com, Barnes & Noble bookstores, as well as their website, Books A Million bookstores, as well as their website. For those in Lagos, the hard copy is available at the Reading Room, located in the AP Shopping Mall across from the Old Federal Secretariat. The ebook is also available on the Kindle as well as Apple iBooks for iPhone and iPad. And you guys can hook up with me on Facebook. It's Love, Sex, Lies, and Reality on Facebook, all one word. You can find me there.
Oh, that's fantastic. You have all areas covered. And thanks a lot, Kemi Sogunle, for actually coming on Diaspora LifeStyle Show and teaching us about love, what we should look out for, and how we should express love. So all the lovers out there, I want you to have a great time. You've heard it, with Kemi, what she said, seek for character, not just the material things, seek to be selfless, and, you have a great relationship. Thanks a lot, Kemi, and I appreciate your time on the show.
Thanks for having me. Again, let's keep loving, let's keep living, let's keep learning, let's keep growing, because when we stop loving, we stop living, and we stop living, it means we're dead. And while God is still giving us the chance, we still have the opportunity to get it right. Thanks again for having me.
You're very welcome, Kemi. Love is life. So guys, have a happy Valentine's Day. Well, I do hope you were inspired and you learned a lot about love from that interview with Kemi Sogunle. Remember, you can buy her book in all the stores that she mentioned. Let's support one another in the diaspora community. Let's not tear each other down, but let's build each other up by supporting one another's initiatives. I'm always here for you. If you want to promote your goods or your services or your brand, just send an email to lifestyle@diasporapr.com and I will ensure that we get you promoted and give your brand and your product the visibility that it so desires. I remain Jermiane Sanwoolu. Thanks a lot for watching the Diaspora Lifestyle Show, and I look forward to engaging with you on Twitter @DiasporaPR, on Facebook, like our page Diaspora Lifestyle, and also please visit our website www.diasporapr.com diasporalifestyle.com. There you'll find the links to all our social media platforms. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a beautiful February 14th, Lovers Day. Stay lovely, love that special someone, and have a beautiful day. Love you all.